Okay, so here we are, home screen. I want you to open up Revit, so double click, opening up Revit. So it's a really large program. It has a monstrous amount of potential and capabilities. So when you're opening up files, it does take a little bit of time. What I would like you to do, I'm just going to show you how to, open up a new program and how to navigate through Revit. So what we're going to do is we're going to say New. Here it's going to ask for what template file we'd like to use. You'll see that there's mechanical, structural, architectural, and construction. As interior designers, architecture is the closest profession related to us out of all of these templates, so we always choose the architectural template. With Create New, leave it as a project. If you create a new project template, it's like you're creating a whole stationery set almost to write one letter. It's a lot more work rather than creating a one-off project. If you are starting your own business or you're working for a firm, they will have a template that they use. And if you're starting your own business, then you would start your own project template and load the type of things that you frequently use into that project template. And then go from there. But what you'll be doing here is creating a new project. So it's architectural template and project, and OK. Here we've got our Revit screen. Here you've got this is what your standard screen's got to look like. You'll see if I scroll in or out, it's going to scroll in or out. If I hold down the wheel on my mouse, then if I hold it and move it, then that's going to move everything. So there's a couple of just ways to navigate through the actual project. What you've got here is your ribbon, like you've got architecture, structure, systems, insert, annotate, yada yada yada, it goes on. Revit is quite an intuitive program, so it's got architecture here, and you'll see that that's like the first option, or the first sort of thing. Running left to right, it's preempting what the most important components that we might use, or the most important parts of drafting up a drawing in the architectural template. And you'll see, to build a building, you need the walls. Before you could put in floors or ceilings or roofs, you need to have the walls in. So it's adding them how they would be added in real life, in the correct sort of sequence. So with your walls, we'll go into that at a later date. But here I want to show you, you've got the properties palette. So yours may end up being a little bit slimmer. Maybe it's like that. But it is going to be on the left-hand side. So your properties palette is going to take you, let me just move this a bit. Just try to make it a little bit neater. Your properties palette gives you all the information you need to know about what it is that you're doing. If you draw a wall or you click on a part of your drawing or a component of it, it is going to show you every single thing you need to know about that thing. So we always have our project browser, which is here, and our properties window open on every drawing. If you lose this, I want you to go to View at the top, User Interface at the very end, and then just click. I'll just hide it for a second. I'll click. You'll see here. I want you to click Properties and Project Browser, and that's going to bring those back. So that was in the user interface. They really are your lifeline for projects to really draw anything, so they will always have to be up on your screen. What I do here is we've got these section icons here. I'm just going to hide them. Don't delete them because that's going to impact your project later. But you need to I've just drawn a window, I've clicked at the top left, held the mouse down, and so they're glowing blue. Then I right click and then I go hide elements. Anytime you're hiding anything, always just do elements. If you're doing category, it's just like, it's a bit messy. You can hide every single thing in the annotation category, and we certainly don't want that. So it's always just individual elements. In your project browser here, you'll see this is how you can navigate the actual program. So if I go my ground floor, here I've got my ceiling plans. It always defaults and it always has elevations included in a standard Revit file. And then we've got sections. As we go further down, you'll see, well, we don't really need families at this stage, but you'll see that there's sheets as well. And sheets is something that you only use when you're about to start printing. So you will be working in the views. See the views? You'll be working around navigating through this sort of section. So I want you to have a play around with this. I want you to click buttons. I want you to really become familiar with the user interface. Word of advice is if you see a teeny tiny arrow like this, just click it, because it's going to give you the same option as if you would have just clicked the actual icon rather than the arrow, but it also gives you all the other options available. That's always the better form of practice, to click it, and then you can start having a play around with it.